Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. One of the poems of Rabindranath Tagore is very peculiar. One person asked me, what kind of poem this is? I said, this poem is meant for wise people, not for otherwise people, so don't worry. So he took himself to be wise and started worrying. The poem was, the cows went for grazing and she kept on grazing, grazing, grazing and ultimately became the grass. Poem over. What kind of poem this is? See? Chittam mantraha. When the mantra merges in the meaning. See? One example I had given somewhere. I write on a paper, stone, S-T-O-N-E. Make a laddu of that paper and throw at Charu. So she will take it and she will think that this is a message I have sent her. Oh, Swamiji wants a stone. So she will take a stone and wrap it in that. So when the word did not carry the meaning, it will not hurt. Is it not? It will not have any impact. But when the word carries the meaning, it has an impact. Is it not? When we tell somebody, I love you, no impact because the word doesn't carry the meaning. See? Before marriage, the word I love you has a different meaning. After marriage, it is not an expression, it is exclamation. Because the word doesn't carry the meaning exactly the same way. When we say Sri Ram, does it carry the meaning? Or it is only the alphabets put together and then it is chanted and it is coming only from the lips. Therefore, Chittam Mantraha. The Chittam, the mind, is the meaning of the mantra. See? The cow who went for grazing the grass kept on grazing, grazing and became the grass. The Chitta went on chanting Sri Ram. Sri Ram. The meaning of the word Sri Ram and the mind which was chanting Sri Ram, when this word and the meaning of the word merge in undifferentiated experience, then that mantra is chanted. See? Therefore, Chittam mantraha. Chetyate vimrushate anena param tattvam iti chittam. Chittam is that by which we are self-oriented, reflecting on our essential nature. That chittam. This is what we told you about the 5 bhumikas of the chitta, kshipta, vikshipta, then mudha, ekagra and niruddha. The first 3 bhumikas are samsara. The fourth Bhumika is beginning on the spiritual path. And Niruddha is entering in the divine kingdom. So, Purna Sphurata Tat Sattva Prasada Pranavadi Vimarsha Rupam Samvedanam. Three things. Prasada Pranavadi Vimarsha Rupam. See, when one is chanting this mantra, what is the meaning of prasada? Prasada is the abode, the house, the home. See, where God lives. Yad gatvana nivartante tad dhama. Dhama is the house, param dhama. Char dham yatra. This dhatu dha also means experience. So it is not a place, an abode, but it is the experience. And this prasada is indicated by the mantra. There are some bija mantras you must have heard. Sauho, hum, klim, rim. So these are the different bija mantras. So among all the mantras, Sauho, Sa, Au matra, Sau. But there is no full stop. After Sau, it is not Saubhagyavati. In, where I went? Kedarnath. There they have written, when I was going somewhere, they have written Shauchalaya. So instead of writing the Shauchalaya in a proper manner, they have broken that word into two and written, with the ordinary hand. Shauchalaya. Now see the difference. Shauchalaya means a toilet. Shauchalaya means the wife died. Words are the same. So that Sau and followed by Visarga, Sauho. In any of the Sanskrit literature that you study, this word comes never. This word comes only in the mantra. Om, Sau, Rim, Klim, Glum, Hom, Om, Phat. These are all the tantric mantras, When you do the Shri Vidya Upasana, they give you a dozen mantras. And each mantra you have to perfect. You have to do the, what is called as the ripening of the mantra. So first you do Ganesha mantra, and then after that is done, suppose there are 24 letters in that mantra, then you have to chant that mantra 2400,000 times. And after that you have to do the Homa. So chant the same mantra again. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Like that there are so many mantras. So in that Sauho comes. Now this Sauho is a mantra which includes the total manifest and the unmanifest world. See? So this is the prasada. Prasada means what? Where somebody lives. Now this is a very subtle topic, difficult to comprehend. See? Like, I was talking to the children about the 5 elements. And in that, the children were explained. Now when I went to somebody's house for breakfast, so the mother says, what did you learn from Swamiji? We learned 5 elements. Do you know them? The child, yes. You don't know, you tell. He started telling. This is earth. Easy to tell. Then he took the water, spill on the floor. This is water. Oh, intelligent. This is what Swamiji taught you. Fire, where is the matchbox? Fire. Now don't put the house on fire. Enough. What is the air? So he came to mommy's face. Look, this is air. Up to that it was okay. Space. They started looking. Then he remembered what I had taught in the class. He said, Swamiji, will you please do like this? Then I did like this. See, that which is in between the fingers of Swamiji is... See, for his understanding is like this. Only the space in between the fingers of Swamiji is the space, rest there is no space. See? So if we have to understand space, where is space? You will have to say, space is in your khopadi, in your head. See? So, where is Paramatma? Paramatma is in everything and being. And therefore, everything and being is the prasad, is the house where God is living. Deho devalaya proktaha, dehi devo niranjanaha, architaha sarvabhavena svanubhutya virajate. Deho devalaya proktaha. Every body is the temple of God. And Dehi, the one who is manifesting through that body, is none other than the God. Therefore, Architaha Sarva Bhavena. So that God who is in that body as an embodied has to be Architaha, worshipped. See? Sarva Bhavena. At physical level, so speech level, mental level, thought level. See? Then Svanubhutya virajate. Then we will come to know that whom we are worshipping in our child is none other than me alone, because my child is none other than my extension. Therefore, every father tries to fulfill his childhood desires by giving the things to his own children. So the father lives his childhood through the childhood of his children again. See, friends, this is how prasad. So this experience of the self-awareness is one of the things which happens as the result of this chitta which has become self-oriented. Then second is prasada, then pranava. Pranava is the holy syllable which is used in different parts in a different manner. For example, if you take the Shaivagama, in the Shaivagama the Onkara is Hum. In case of the Shakta it is Klim, Om Klim Krishnaya Namaha. Then in case of the Maya, it is Rim, Om Rim. And in the Vedic, the Pranava is Om. Pranava means Pura Api Nava. Although it is the most ancient one, yet it is ever the fresh. That means that which is beyond the influence of time. So what is the beyond influence of time? Onkar, Om includes from A to Ma. So A is the effortless sound. Therefore, in every alphabet, it begins with A. And Ma is the concluding sound. Ma. Pa, pa, ba, bha, ma. Labial. The Oshtha word. So, Om includes the total manifest and the unmanifest world. When it is manifest, it is called as the world. When it is unmanifest, it is called as Paramatma. When the child, the son is unmanifest, he is the child. Very sweet, because he is sleeping. And when he is awake, he is called as Rakshasa, because manifest. You must have seen the kids, when they sleep, they look so sweet. I am talking only about kids. Narayana. Others create sound. So, these are the four types of Om, Pranava, Prasada, and what is the third one? The Vimarshadi Rupam Samvedanam. and all that is manifested, that is vimarshadi rupam. Vimarsha is manifestation. So, iti krutva mantraha. This is the meaning of the word mantra. So, when we chant the mantra, one is able to experience sarvatmya anubhuti. There is none other than the self. Therefore, unless the non-dual experience is established, the mantra is not completed. Ataeva cha parasphuratatmaka manana dharmatmata bhedamaya samsara prashamanatmaka trana dharmata cha asya niruchyate. Therefore, mantra is the one. By contemplating on the meaning of the mantra, mananat, tad dharmata, one is not left separate from what is contemplated upon, and as a result, bhedamaya samsara prashamanatmakaha, the sense of otherness disappears. And when the sense of otherness disappears, then there is no samsara, and living in this experience of non-dual being is called as living in God. Athacha mantra devata vimarsha paratvena praptam tat samarasyam adhikara chittam eva mantraha. Therefore, when we are chanting the mantra, the one who is chanting the mantra and the deity who is invoked through that mantra, they become one. They don't remain separate. One example will make it clear. See, once it happened, Bhagwan Shankaracharya was somewhere and he had his 4 disciples with him, and he was, disciples were sleeping as usual disciples do. And he was sitting quietly in his room. Then one Kapalika came. Kapalika are those who offer the human sacrifice before the goddess Kali. They are called Kapalikas. So he came and he said, I want to offer either the head of a king or a sannyasi. I didn't get any king, but you are a sannyasi, I want to offer. He said, yes, you can take it, but now the students are around, don't do it now. Come at night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, when they are all sleeping, then you take me. So he said, okay. And then at night, Bhagwan Shankaracharya went with him. And in the morning, maybe 3, 4 o'clock, one of his disciples, he was worshipping and taking bath and thinking about, he was a devotee of Bhagwan Narsimha. He was chanting constantly Narsimha mantra. And when the time came for his sacrifice, immediately Bhagwan Narsimha appeared in his form, and he went to that place where Bhagwan Shankara was to be offered as a sacrifice. And that one who has lifted maximum a kamandalu, he took the sword from the hands of the Devi and killed all those fellows and offered. And he himself didn't know how this is happening. See, the mantra and the mantra deity devata, when they remain separate, there is no completion in mantra sadhana. Therefore, what mantra we chant is only a noise. So here, this is what is the mantra. So, bhedamaya samsara, then mantra devata vimarsha paratvena praptam samarasyam. One is fully merged in the devata who is invoked through that mantra. So, aradhika chittam eva mantraha, and therefore, this chitta itself becomes the mantra. The power of the mantra is as if connected with the chitta, and that chitta which is associated with the inherent potentiality of the mantra bija, that is called as the real meaning of the mantra. Mantra is not something away or ordinary word. It is said, Uchcharyamana ye mantra na mantraschapi tadviduhu mohita deva gandharva mithya jnanena garvitaha. Only by chanting the mantra, that is not the meaning of the mantra. Even the devas and gandharvas are totally lost in this understanding. So, मंत्राणाम जीवभूतातु या स्मृता शक्ति ही अव्यया तया हीना वरारोहे निष्फला शरभ्रवत. Sharadabhravata. Sharadabhra is the clouds which never rain, they only appear. In the same manner, those mantras, mantranam jiva bhutadu ya smruta shakti taya hina. If the mantra shakti is not invoked in that mantra, then those mantras are just like the clouds which never rain, they only appear. And this is what it happens. One example I will tell you. You know, once somebody took her son to Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa for a simple thing. Thakur, please tell my child he eats too much of sweets, he should not eat, his teeth are getting bad. So the teacher said, okay, bring him next Sunday. Once, twice, thrice, fourth time he told, Beta, don't eat sweets, they are harmful to you. Okay, and he stopped eating. Now the mother is frustrated. I have told, he never listened. See. And now he said, okay. And you also made me come 4 times. Why didn't you tell him for the first time? So, Bhagwan Ramakrishna said, Amma, listen, before I tell the child, don't eat sweets, I must abstain from eating sweets at least for 1 week. Then my words carry meaning. See, we tell our children, don't smoke. See? And then why don't they listen to us? Because our words do not carry the meaning. And therefore there is no impact on that. See? Like the other day somebody asked me, Swamiji, Ajamila said only once Narayana he had the darshan. Is it okay if I follow that path? I said it is perfectly okay. But will you know when are you going to die? You will not know. Or another thing, you can do one thing, put your fingers near the electric thing, say Narayana. Then I guarantee you will go to Vaikuntha. If you don't go, complain. You know, it is something like, advertisement of a parachute. Guaranteed. If it doesn't open, replacement.
Replacement of life.
See, friends. Therefore, only the mantra without the meaning manifesting, Nishpala bhavete vararohe. Shivji is telling to Parvati ji, vararohe, the best among the people. Similarly, pruthak mantra, pruthak mantri, na siddhati kadachana. The mantra is going somewhere, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. देखो दूध रखा है, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That is, see, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. These are all the cartoons of mantras. Therefore, I will tell you one very simple principle, friends. Don't chant your mantra keeping number as the criteria. Don't do that. But my Guru Maharaj told me to chant this mantra for 36 malas. Why? He wanted to protect himself from you. Mantra Shakti. Because you eat his head. So he thought the best way is give a big mantra. Amma, chant 36 malas. He will not chant. Next time he will, Acha, how is your japa going? The best way is not to go again. This is how they say the mantra Shakti protects. Protects whom from whom? See, Pruthak mantra, Pruthak mantri, na siddhyati kadachana, jnana moolamidam sarvam, anyatha naiva siddhyati. See, jnana moolam. The meaning of the mantra must happen to us. There was one lady on a, what do you call, Lions Club platform. I was called there for a Lions meeting. I attended many meetings, still I am alive. When you go among the lions and come alive, it is a great opportunity. And in India, lions are, Agrawal lion and hippo comes. Now tell me, how can you be miserable in this world? So, I was sitting there and they were organizing and I was enjoying. That's why I never get miserable. Such a beautiful world it is. And there was one lady constantly going from this nice sari and all that, tuck, 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 tuck. And soon as they again go like this and like this. I was watching her. I said, hey Amma, excuse me. Yes, Swamiji. Because there was no work for her. At least there is some occupation to show to the people. So I said, Mama, what is your name? Oh, my name is Bhavana. What is the meaning of Bhavana? Bhavana. I don't know. My mom kept my name. I said, but you are also a mom. You don't know? Oh, I don't know. I said, okay. You can tell me. I said, Bhavana means useless. Bhav means value. Na. They never wanted to come on the stage. Then I said, hey, wait a minute. They are just playing fool with you. See, why don't you tell Bhavana means I? Bhavana means I. See? The meaning of every word, when it terminates in I, then there is a mantra siddhi. This is what has happened to that disciple of Bhagwan Shankaracharya. When he was chanting the Narsimha mantra, he was not separate from Bhagwan Narsimha. See, friends, this is what is called as chanting mantra. And this is defeated when we are only mechanically filling our register. See? As if we are obliging the Lord, and then the complaints. Swamiji, this is my 24th mala. Means what? 23 over. Means what? I have been doing, all these beads, they get worn out. Oh God, so much. And you see, this finger has become small. Why? Because constantly moving. Even then I have not seen God. So are you seeing God in exchange? See, therefore, mantranam pruthak mantraha pruthak mantri na siddhyati kadachana jnana vidam sarvam anyatha naiva siddhyati. Therefore, whenever we are chanting the Lord's name, one has to be extremely subjective. See, when you breathe in, Hari, breathe out, Oh, Hari, Oh. No hurry, extremely slow. We don't have to give account to somebody. See? Then the meaning of the mantra will manifest in your heart. The various stories that we hear, we don't get the meaning of those stories. When Shabari Mata was given the mantra by Matanga Rishi to chant Ramanam, she asked, what is the meaning of this mantra? He said, don't worry, the meaning will manifest before you. And when she was chanting that mantra, Ramanam Akhanda, in her ashram, wherever she was, then when Bhagwan Rama came, he did not come with a visiting card. Excuse me, this is Dasharati wrong. He doesn't have to tell her, and she doesn't require any introduction. That where introduction is required is a sense of otherness. See, friends. Therefore, jnana moolam idam sarvam. Every word begins from the self. It is supported by the self. It remains in the self. And it goes back to the self. This is what Bhagavan says. As much I am pranavaha sarva vedeshu. As much I am the Om in all the Vedas, that much Shabdaha Khe, every sound in this space is me. See, friends, this understanding is called as the mantra sadhana. So, saha radhaka chittena tena ete shiva dharvinaha. Similarly, when in this manner we keep on chanting the mantra, then alone one is able to really recognize the importance of this mantra. Therefore, hereafter, whenever you get time, don't bother about the world. First step, the world has always been like this. Don't waste your time on anybody, including your children. See, isn't it your parents have wasted time on you? Swamiji, this is too much. What they have got, you tell me? Nothing. This is the truth. It is difficult to digest because we are not sleeping and somebody is trying to wake us up. Therefore the problem. Up to a particular limit, thus far, no further. Then only we are really committed to the spiritual practice. And in this manner, then whenever you get little time, and don't have any pressure on your head. Oh, today I have not done meditation. Today I have not done meditation. No, Tony, how does it matter? Let meditation happen. Remain as effortless, as casual. See? You will see the changes that will happen to you. You will never realize them. It is someone else who will realize it. See? Like, Hastamalaka Maharaj. He was an abnormal child to his parents. Up to 8 years of age, he did not speak. And he was condemned as a useless, dumb and deaf child. And mad. And when Bhagavan Shankaracharya came, he could recognize. See, wise alone knows the wise, the otherwise cannot. For the otherwise, the wise people are otherwise. See, so he just one word, ki, who are you? Nityopalabdhi swarupohamatma. And last time we have seen Hastamalakiyam, 10 beautiful verses brought out of him. Therefore, this knowledge is to be practiced without any effort, without any struggle, without any effort to prove something to somebody. This is one of the biggest obstacles, friends. Try this. We don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. There is one sannyasi, she asked me once, Swamiji, I want to be like you. Why I am not able to be like you? What should I do? I said, you cannot be like me. Don't say like that. I say, I again say, you cannot be like me. But why? I said, you have to grow first beard. Unless you are a Santa Claus, you cannot have Shanti. That clause is there, Then I told her, I said, look here, your life is a struggle. Right from your childhood, you are struggling to prove. And what is that? You don't know. So you are trying to struggle to prove something, but you don't know what you want to prove, and to whom you want to prove, and for what purpose. Why not be yourself? See? Spiritual practice is not a mimicry. You have to be yourself. See, friends? And once this effortlessness comes in life, you are at peace with yourself every moment. And when you are at peace with yourself, nothing in this world can disturb. Now, the next sutra tells us, Prayatnaha sadhakaha. Just now you told no efforts, and here is Prayatnaha sadhakaha. See, friends. So, Prayatnaha. What is the Prayatna? यथोक्त रूपेण रूपस्य मंत्रस्य अनुसंधित सा प्रथम उन्मेष अवष्टभ्य प्रयतात्मा अकृतकः यः प्रयत्नः स एव साधकः. प्रयत्न is effortless plunge into the divine is called as prayatna. See, effortless plunge. There is no struggle. It is something like, the fish to the water. The fish has no struggle in swimming. See? In the same manner, our mind, all of us have some kind of natural inclination. Krishna, Krishna, Rama, Rama, Govinda, Govinda, Datta, Datta, Narsimha, Narsimha. It doesn't matter. Let that mind plunge into it effortlessly. So that effortless self-orientation, when it starts happening, sadhakaha, that alone is fructifying factor. Sadhaka doesn't mean a person. See? The one which will lead to the fructification, that is called a sadhaka. So, prayatnaha sadhakaha. स एव साधकः मंत्रयितुं मंत्र देवता तादात्म्य प्रदाः. And this alone will allow the seeker to merge in the meaning of the mantra. Now be very attentive. Mantra has got few aspects. One is the sound. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is the sound. And then Vasudeva is the Devata who is invoked to that mantra. And that Vasudeva Devata is invoked by us in something which we can comprehend in the form of an idol. So, the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, this sound, and the Devata is Bhagavan Vasudeva, and that idol is the Adi Bhautika Vastu. So Adi Bhautika is the idol in front of us. Then Vasudeva who is invoked is Adi Daivika, and the one who is invoking is Adhyatmika. Three. When Sri Krishna Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika and Adhyatmika, when these three merge into one homogeneous experience, that is called as sadhakaha. That alone will merge the seeker into the absolute. See, prayatna sadhakaha. There is no I left. So, evam Sri Tantra Sadbhave, also it is in the Tantra Shastra said, Amisham tu yatha swastha khyastha sampashyan shakuni priye kshipramakarshет vegena sahajena tu. Like the kite is in the sky and And when the kite sees something eatable, whatever they eat, she dives back towards that prey so fast, spontaneously. Mummy, should I go there? Straight away. The other day we went to Brunei Island in Tasmania. So there is a 3 hours, cruise on the sea. And when we were seeing so many things, they showed us some kind of birds. And what is the name of them? Albatross. So they said there will be beautiful albatross bird, and they glorified it. They can fly at the speed of 300 kilometers per hour, and they can fly so many hours continuously, don't get tired, blah, 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 blah. So I felt I should be that bird. Then I don't have to book any more tickets. And when they are showing it, then a particular place they took is, and there were 4, 5 of them, 10 of them, and they were just hovering above the sea, and suddenly 4 of them together, like the arrow, they shot in the waters and caught hold of their prey, the fish. This is the example. The birds are ever ready. They are not preparing. Acha, shuru karte hain. They are ready. And the moment it is available, spontaneously, that spontaneity is meant as prayatna. See, friends, there is no effort, there is no preparation. We have to be prepared, not do preparations. There's a lot of difference. Therefore, amisham tu yatha khyastha, kha is space. So yatha khastaha, Shakuni, the kite, when it looks upon the amisham, its food, it dives back, sahajena tu, effortlessly. Second example is given. Tad vadev hi yogindro mano bindum vikarsayen yatho sharo dhanushastham yatne na tadya dhavati tatha bindur vararohe uchchare naiva dhavati. See, Bindu is without dimension. For our technical terms, we can say 1 pixel. Bindu. And from that 1 bindu, the whole Varnamala comes out. See? Bindu nada kalatita tasvai Sri Gurave Namaha. So this bindu is the beginning of the total manifestation. So when yogi is totally quiet in his mantra sadhana, his mind becomes so subtle, so subtle, so subtle that it merges, it is ready to merge in the absolute consciousness, and that moment of experience is referred as the bindu. That point. See? Point doesn't mean you take dick. Like the ladies have this bindu.com. One day I asked one lady in Bombay, I said, Mama, you people have this .com on your head, and I have seen different ladies with different types of shapes and sizes and all. What is the criteria? Swamini, it is very simple. The size of the bindi is directly proportionate to the love for the husband. Now look into the mirror. Small one. So bindu doesn't mean that. Bindu means the point of origin. See? And this point of origin, this bindu is such, which has no circumference. Get this point very clearly. So when I say get this point, I am not giving you some point. See, what is meant is, it is something like this, If you take a point, a bindu, and take radius, let us take 1 inch and draw a circle. Then take the same point and let the radius be 2 inches. Draw the second circle. Then you take the third, same point, the third radius, 3 inches, the third circle. If you go on adding the length of the radius and ultimately you go to infinite, what will be that? There will be a point and a circle without circumference. That point which does not have the circumference is the absolute reality. We have got a circumference. I means what in this after marriage, I and my wife. 1 radius, 1 inch radius. Then the calendar printing begins. Then I, my wife, my child. Bigger circle. So first circle, wife circle. Then the child's second circle. The second child, the third circle. The third child, the fourth circle. The fifth child, the sixth circle. But the eye, the center remains the same. Any number of circles you draw from the same point, it is not a burden on that point. And if there is no center, there cannot be a circle. But a center can remain without a circle around. That is the bindu. Otherwise we go on imagining. दिखाओ कुछ अभी तो नहीं. Why I am telling you? Because so many people come and ask us like this thing. In Mahabaleshwar this happened. That lady was telling me, Swamiji, he sees everything and I don't see anything. You please tell him. You don't know. I tragedy. What should I tell you? अच्छा मैं इसको दिखा देना. No, but I am also doing meditation. He sees the light and I don't see. What is wrong with me? I said, fuse है और क्या है? Don't get lost in this. Okay? It is that light, it is not this kind of light. I'll explain you right away. What is the meaning of that light? See, if you take a candle, burn it at night in your dark room, it's very bright, is it not? The same candle, bring it now like today's sun, bright sun. What will be the light of that candle? Zero. It will be overpowered by the sunlight. Sunlight is more powerful than that candle light. Clear? That sunlight is illuminated by which light? By the light of the eyes. If you have no light, sunlight cannot be established. So the eyes and the light of the eyes is more brighter than the sunlight. Whether eyes are functioning or not functioning, it is known in the light of the mind. So the light of the mind is more powerful than the light of your sense organs. And consciousness is expressing as mind. So the light of the consciousness is much more than the light of your mind. Now try to understand how powerful that light must be. If there are thousands of suns simultaneously blazing in the sky, what will be the brightness of that light? Much more than is the brightness of the Vishwarupa. Sanjaya tells that blind Dhritarashtra. What will he understand? He who has not seen even the sun, to him you are telling thousands of suns. Means what? See, friends, don't get carried away by these words in a wrong manner. See, otherwise, then bindu, 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 bindu. Your never will come. You called me. This has to be clearly, distinctly recognized. Bindu is the center around which everything revolves. Everything is dependent on this Bindu, the center, but the center is absolutely independent of everything. That independent conscious existence is our essential nature. And it can happen only if prayatna sadhakaha, spontaneity is the insignia of our life. And spontaneity can come only when you are prepared always. And the moment you start taking things for granted, you are not prepared. See? Here in your, Western world, you take for granted that the people observe the traffic light. In India, we are all alert. There we know that everybody has to be alert. It is a spiritual country. You don't take for granted. And therefore you will see, if somebody comes and stands in front of you, nobody objects. Because we also do the same thing. Given the chance. So living in that alertness is meant over here. So, tadvadeva hi yogindraha mano bindum vikarsayet. So his bindu becomes vikarsayet, it becomes a point of attraction. And tat yatha sharo dhanushasthaha. Now, this example he has given, this example comes from Mundaka Upanishad. See, Pranavo dhanu sharo yatma brahma tallakshamuchyate. Pranavaha dhanu. You take the bow called as Om, sharo yatma, and the arrow is the jiva, and apramatena vidhavyaha. And when you are shooting the arrow to the target, it is not very half-heartedly. I don't want to, no, please, beta, come say, Ganesha Sharanam, please. I am not like that. Apramatena, with all alertness. 100% alertness means you are committed to the cause. See? Apramatena vedhavyaha. So where is the attention? Attention is on the target. And sharavat tanmayo bhaved. Like the arrow disappears in the target. See? It is not, you hit that arrow, it goes and falls. Dummy need. It must go with all force, commitment. In this manner, when our mind is effortlessly able to be within, self-oriented, effortlessly and with full zest, what we lack is this in our life. When Vivekananda asked Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, why mother doesn't talk to us? So he said, you don't want her to talk. No, we really want that she should talk to us. She talks to you. Okay, we'll see it later. And they went for a bath in the Ganges. And the Guru put his head of the disciple inside the water. How long? 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30, 40, 60 seconds. Further, pushing the Guru aside, he came out. And then the Guru asked, how much you are wanting to breathe when you are under the waters, that much urgency and intensity you must have. Then the truth is revealed. See, friends, for us, but when Bhagavan, he is not losing anything, he is infinite, why doesn't he show? He is not going to be a loser. What is wrong if we... Same thing was asked to Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa by one of his devotees. This knowledge you can pass on by your very touch. Why don't you give to your own brothers? He said, I can give, But are they capable of receiving? See, friends, it is said, I do not know, that the milk of a lioness can be held only in the golden pot. If you milk a lioness, if you don't believe, go and do it yourself. What else can I say? Or else you believe. So if you milk a lioness, the milk of the lioness can stand only in the golden pot, and if it is any other pot, that pot will break away. That's what they say. In the same manner, this experience requires a right equipment. When 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says, Keshu Keshu Bhaveshu Chintyosi Bhagavan Maya. And after having told in the 10th chapter all the 72 addresses, then in the 11th chapter, Bhagwan shows him the Vishwarup Darshan. And can I see, Yadi Shakya say, if I am able to see, will you please show me your form? Bhagwan shows his form. He was actually wanting to show his form. It was more urgency for Bhagwan than for Arjuna. And when he straight away started his cinema, and Arjuna standing, he was not able to see, understand anything. Then Bhagwan said, with your this leather eyes, charma chakshu, you cannot see this. Divyam dadamite chakshu pashyame yogam aishwaram. And after the teacher has given the divine vision, then Arjuna was able to comprehend that Vishwarupa Darshan. See, friends, therefore, unless we are extremely, intensely longing to know the truth will not be revealed. It is not just like that, all the time worrying, and then to get rid of the worry, when we study scriptures, it will never yield results. Many people have this funny notion. Once I was in Bombay, all the judges, they had a meeting, so they called me to give talk to them for 2 days. I said, all right, as long as you give me food, it's good. So I went. And then Swamiji tell us something about meditation, because we are all under stress, too much of work. We have to work 3 days a week. It's too much of work. And therefore we are under tremendous stress. So please tell us something. Meditation for stress relief. I said, okay. Before we start our lecture, let us do the Namakaran ceremony of these 2 lectures. And then we gave the name, Do Justice to Meditation. Because they were all judges. Then I told, I said, look here, one day I was having, the spondylosis and hand fractured and dislocation of my hip joint. And then I went to the gym because my friend was going. I said, hey, please take me also. I went there. And my friend was lifting the weight for no reason. I said, why not me? And then I told that teacher, hey, please teach me also. He said, what? This weightlifting. He looked at me. He said, you go to hospital. This is a gym. Gym is meant for healthy people. In the same manner, meditation is meant for healthy people. For unhealthy people, go to some puja, tan, Bhagwan, karte raho. If you have no complaints, if you have nothing to gain from this world, if you want the truth and nothing but the truth, to him, meditation happens. Meditation is not a means for removing the problems of your life. Meditation is that which can make you capable of facing any problem of life. It is not running away from the challenges of life. See, friends, therefore, Here the teacher is very clearly telling, Yatha sharo dhanusastha yatnena tadya dhavati tatha bindurvararohe uchcharenaiva dhavati. In the same manner, uchcharenaiva. Ut means above. Chara means to go. Uchchara doesn't mean pronunciation. Uchcharanam. So when the seeker is fully, spontaneously involved in the deity or the Lord or the self while chanting the mantra, that center which you catch, with that you merge in the absolute. Uchcharenaiva dhavati. And how it happens? Like the sharaha, like the arrow goes and pierces and disappears in the target. In the same manner, the I disappears. Ahamepetakam nijavibhanakam mahadidam tapo ravanavagyam. This is the ultimate tapasya, wherein the I disappears. See, friends. In this manner, अत्र हि तद्वत् इति अकृत निज उद्योग बलेन योगीन्द्रः मनः बिंदु विकर्षयेत् परप्रकाशात्मतां प्रापयेत् इति. Therefore, it is also said, akrita nija udyog balena. It is not a struggle. It is not a struggle. It is an easy glide into the truth. Wherever there is effort and struggle, we are going the wrong way. Stop that moment. See? One example I will tell you about struggle and how we go the wrong way. This laptop, we ordered it and took delivery in USA. I was on my way. And when it came there to my friend's place, it was already landed, he kept as it is. Somebody should be open. I said, open. And then I said, don't break it. Open the complete packing properly and then again we'll put it back if required. So he was struggling. I think, Swamiji, we have to open it, break it. I said, no. There is something wrong with your thing. Let me see. So he kept it. And I was just observing. And I said, now close your eyes. He closed the eyes. It's a great fun in life. I just opened it. How come you opened so quickly? Wherever there is a struggle, you are going the wrong way. Simple rule in life. When you sit for meditation, if you are struggling, you are going the wrong way. If you are cooking the food and you are struggling, you are going the wrong way. See? Just observe these principles in life. One day in somebody's house I was there. When I go, many times people become very excited. I don't know why, but they become very excited. And then when she was cutting, something, took this knife and trying to cut from the other side, Swamiji, I don't know why these people use the children, and I was observing them. I said, Mama, close your eyes. Leave your hand from the knife. I'll do some jadoo, okay? And I just turned, now hold it. She held it. And start. Really, it is working? I said, jadoo. Whenever you struggle in life, you are going the wrong way. Thumb rule. Never struggle. Be yourself. See, that is what is called as living in meditation. And when we live in meditation, you will never have any struggle in any of your sittings. It is not a drill. Take this leg here, and then suffer silently. No. So, atra hi tadvad akruta nijodyoga valena yogindraha manaha bindum vikarshayet paraprakashatmatam prapayet iti. So the mind merges in the absolute consciousness and the same experience of the infinite being is attained. Tatha bindu paraprakasha akruta akrutena atmana uchcharena dhavati prasarati ityartaha. And in this manner, the mind merges in the absolute consciousness, because the mind is nothing but the consciousness. See? It's a very simple thing, friends. Discard the thoughts, you are consciousness. What is the difference between the waves and the ocean? What is the distance between the wave and the ocean? Much less than that is the distance between the mind and the consciousness. See, friends, with Paramanandaji, few years before, I went to that your Cairns for that great reef, what you call?
Great Barrier.
Great Barrier to the realization. So we went there. And on the surface, when I was swimming, all the waves creating problem. So I removed all those gadgets. I said, take it. And again I jumped into the sea. And when I went deep, about 10 feet, no wave. In the same manner, surface knowledge is mind. Deep knowledge is consciousness. Mind is nothing but disturbed existence. Consciousness nothing but peaceful bliss. This is all, friends. See, you are not doing anything. It is effortless glide in one's own being. Okay, then what we should do? Again that I will come out. Because now I has no place. And it's fear of the drop when it falls in the ocean of losing one's identity. See? Pandukya Karika tells this Asparsha Yoga. For the yogis, it is a fearful experience because the I disappears. And who wants one's disappearance? And the real freedom is freedom from I, not freedom for I. No. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.